Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Everyone leans towards one of these two personality traits. Extroverts are more socially outgoing and adventurous, while introverted people like being alone. They prefer to fly solo instead of falling into a formation. Thus, people often misread their behavior because they find it confusing. So, what are some of the habits of introversion that people misunderstand? What's the difference between introverts and extroverts? You are most likely familiar with these two common personality traits, but remember, no one fits precisely into the introvert or extrovert box. There are varying degrees within both personality types. Despite this, there are specific tendencies in each personality type. Introverted personalities tend to like to blend into a group of people, not like being singled out, enjoy being alone, think carefully before they speak, like to reflect upon their thoughts, enjoy quiet, solitude. Extroverted personalities tend to like a large group of friends, like being the center of attention, process their thoughts out loud, tend to make quick decisions, get energized from being around people, be upbeat and unreserved, enjoy teamwork. Here are 17 traits that cause people to misunderstand introverts. If you are introverted, you may feel like you get a bad rap for the way you act. People may even consider some of your behavior as odd. Extroverts get lots of positive attention, but it's time to debunk the wrong thinking about introverts. So, here are 17 characteristics of introversion commonly misunderstood by people. 1. Introverts prefer to choose small groups over parties. The introverted personality tends to pull away from social conditions. They're often accused of being withdrawn and hard to get to know. But researchers found that when introverts and extroverts are in social situations, they respond differently. In a social setting, an extrovert's nervous system sends a signal that's quickly accepted by their attention resources. On the other hand, the introvert's social signals get pushed away by their nervous system. So, being an introvert has a biological cause. This research explains why introverts find large groups of people tiresome. 2. They guard their privacy. Introverts guard their privacy. They don't like to talk about themselves. This habit can be frustrating for people who like to speak and easily spill their guts. They can misjudge the introvert as stuck up or that they don't want to be their friend. Introverts want to make friends, they're just careful who they befriend. Once they make a friend, they stick with them. 3. Introverts are quiet generally. If you are introverted, you listen more than you talk. This habit isn't a terrible quality to have today. The world needs people who hear more than they talk. Introverts are great counselors and therapists, as well as excellent listening partners and parents. In a world that likes to talk nonstop, an introvert is a refreshing change. They add calming stability to those around them. 4. They prefer to be homebodies. Studies show that introverts are homebodies. They prefer being home to going out to socialize. They often have hobbies or like doing activities like quilting, writing, or computer programming, all of which lean toward technical expertise. 5. Exhibit low-key personalities. If you're an introvert, you like low-key activities like watching television, reading, or doing a hobby. Introverts aren't into high-drama people. They find those who are tiresome or overwhelming. They are low-maintenance people in general, not easily ruffled by things that happen. 6. Need to recharge their emotional battery. Introversion means they like being alone because it gives them a chance to recharge their battery. Extroverts receive energy from being around people. Introverts get worn out talking and being around people. Quiet times alone give them time to reflect and refocus their minds and bodies. If you're an introvert, it's vital that you know your limits and set aside time for yourself. Don't worry about what people will think. You will be better able to do the things you need to do if you take little breaks occasionally to unwind and get recharged. 7. Introverts don't always enjoy group activities. Doing work in a group can be exhausting for an introvert. As an introvert, you prefer to work by yourself. Being alone gives you more time to contemplate the project. If you must work in a group, you're focused and stick to your job instead of getting involved with all social distractions. 8. Cautious in friendship. Introverts make great friends, but if you're an introvert, you won't jump at being someone's friend right away. You will be cautious and not quick to share details about yourself. But once you commit to being a friend, you will be loyal and committed to that friendship for a long time. 9. Keep a small group of friends. A study found that introverts were happiest with a few strong friendships. Introverts are loyal friends and often maintain the same friendships their entire life. 10. More introspective. Feelings-oriented, revisit their conversations. Question their reactions and wonder if you said the right thing. Introverts are so introspective. They can be too hard on themselves. 11. Like to watch, listen, and learn before they take action. Introverts are observers. They study themselves and other people, learning how the world functions. By observing others, introverts learn how to interact with people. After observing, you will make your move. It just might take you a while longer to decide. 12. Introverts think before speaking. If you're introverted, you think before you speak. You aren't quick to answer a question. You like to think about the answer. This habit can drive people crazy, especially extroverts, who are often faster to share their thoughts. 13. They are cautious and take only calculated risks. Introverts are willing to take risks, but they're meticulous in their risk-taking. Studies show that extroverts like risks more than introverts. As an introvert, you study your chances, carefully assessing before you take part. 14. Enjoy watching rather than participating. In social settings, if you're an introvert, you enjoy watching what's going on around you. This habit gives you a feel for the people and the atmosphere, so you'll be able to relax. People often misunderstand this behavior. They think because you're quiet, you're not having a good time. 15. Most can morph into extroversion when needed. Studies show that introverts can become extroverted when necessary. If this is your personality, you might find yourself in a situation where you need to be more of an extrovert. Think at work when you meet a new client or need to do a presentation. If you're a parent of several children, you must become an extrovert to encourage your kids to get up and get out the door for school and out the door in the morning. This personality type isn't a handicap, and it doesn't negate the ability to lead. 16. They find that small talk is a waste of precious time. If you're an introvert, you find small talk a waste of time. You'd rather talk about deep philosophical issues than the weather. Introverts are thinkers. They rarely have time for small talk, and this can be perceived as rude or unfriendly. If you're an introvert, it may be essential for you to develop the ability to learn how to do small talk. 17. Don't like to talk on the phone. This personality type prefers face-to-face interaction because they like to observe people. Not seeing someone's face is hard for you if you're an introvert. Extroverts like talking, so they find you strange if you don't enjoy talking on the phone. Of course, you will need to talk to people on the phone, but most do learn how to ask the right questions, which can help them understand what the person is thinking. Final thoughts. Be proud to be an introvert. We're never victims of our personality. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, you have both positive and negative things about your character. But introverts tend to be misunderstood more than extroverts. Learning about yourself can help you feel better about your personality, plus you can learn how to better relate to others. Because you can't stay home all the time, you do need to learn social skills to learn how to ask questions and interact with people. Sometimes you'll need to learn how to extrovert. As you learn more about yourself, you will also understand that you need to recharge your battery by being alone once in a while. It's okay to be a deep thinker. Indeed, the world needs your input.